We're just absolutely fucked as farmers, guys. Everything is so fucked, and I do not see anybody surviving this farm crisis that we're in. Guys, look, one of the best splorn crops that I have ever raised in my life. And because of the tariffs, China will not fucking buy it. And they are the only country in the world other than, well, they are the only country in the world that buys splorn. And so now I'm literally just chopping it and blowing it on the ground because it's fucking useless, it's valueless, there's nothing I can fucking do to it. I am going to need government assistance to make it through this crisis until these tariffs end. Look, I've never raised a splorn crop like this, guys. And this is just heartbreaking to me. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. You know, Trump said he loved us farmers, and here I am just blowing my splorn crop all over the ground. Hopefully he works a deal out where Antarctica and Mars will start buying this splorn and save the farmers.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are still in FAFO season where American farmers are going crazy, and now they're openly crying, whining, and even though they voted against their interests, people want them, they refuse to listen. Let's dive in. Credit goes to the owner of the video. I'll come back with more commentary.
Hey, soybean, wheat, and sorghum farmers, do you like eating your product? I sure hope so, because remember when y'all were so happy that we were going to be America first and America only, and therefore we weren't going to be feeding all those people around the world because we were going to prioritize ourselves first? How do you feel now that so many American farmers are at risk for losing their farms because the U.S. government is no longer buying commodities from them in order to supply those food programs? And many of you didn't even know that the food grown right on your farm in the middle of nowhere was getting eaten by people in Africa and Asia because you sell to large grain elevators and commodity buyers. Not only did those programs make sure that fewer people in the world from not enough food, but they also stabilized prices by buying up surplus crops and created consistent demand that wasn't subject to the whims of global trade. See, when you produce too much of a crop or demand falls internationally or domestically for that crop, it's great to have an agency that comes in and buys up everything that you don't want to help people not starve, and in turn, you're not going to starve.
So that's what we got for American farmers, is zero empathy. We want them to fail. That's what you're saying out there. That's what Americans are saying right now is, well, you know, next time you'll vote the right way, or that's what you get for who you voted for. That, to me, I want to say it doesn't sound very American of people, but here lately, that's all we're doing is complaining. So the last thing I want is an American business to fail. I don't know how much more we're going to see for the next 3 or 4 years. Last thing I want is an American farmer to go under, because us as Americans didn't want to do anything to support them. I don't care what side of the fence you're sitting on in this. The last thing we need is our land to be gobbled up by our corporate people to lease it out to another country so that they can come in and do what they want on the soil. Think about it, people.
For decades, we've been told that we can't feed kids free lunch because that's socialism. We've been told that we can't give partial credit towards college scammy loans because that's socialism. We can't have universal health care. Your Nana can't get the cancer treatment that she needs because Medicare for all would be socialism. We can't feed and help the homeless because of socialism. Everything that doesn't benefit you is socialism. We've been hearing this about everything that would be good for society for decades. And the second that you need a helping hand, it's a necessary thing. It's not just, guys, this is actually good for everybody. That's why I need that money. I voted for you. You voted against me. I voted so that you could stay in business and get the help you needed. You voted to hurt people that didn't look like you. And that's why I hope you have the day that you voted for. And I hope you get everything you voted for that we told you was going to happen. This is the America you wanted. You said it's not very American. You voted for this. You voted for this, and now you're getting what you voted for. And I'm sorry that you're not smart enough to have actually looked into what we told you was going to happen. Have the day you voted for.
So actually, guys, as we know, many farmers voted for Trump thinking like he's going to help them out, the economy is going to get better, he's going to support their farming industry, stuff like that. And of course, he promised them to give them black America back on the field. That's why he deported their workers and put tariff. And actually, this is what they voted for, and it's not going on their way. Now they are here out crying, depressed. They don't know what to do. This is insane, guys. Let's keep watching.
It's Mamo, and welcome to my porch. Well, I'm hearing a lot about these farmers that are upset that this is not what they voted for and they need help. They need bailed out because Taco in 8 months' time has shut down USAID, which bought a lot of our farm goods. They have really reduced SNAP benefits, which is under the Department of Agriculture. So we've done a lot of things to hurt farmers. Now, I am 100% behind if we have a drought, we have flooding, we have tornadoes, we have any kind of massive weather event, even the war in Ukraine where the world is being reduced of grain, that we should kick in and help out. I'm all for that. Absolutely. What I'm having heartburn with is why we would bail out farmers who voted for Taco, who every farm in this area, they had Farmers for Trump signs out. Absolutely anything he wanted to do was fine and dandy as long as they thought they were screwing the other guy. Because what we have now is them crying, well, we didn't vote for this. No, honey, this is exactly what you voted for. And now it's coming back to get you. Remember, karma. Whatever you wish on somebody else is going to come and get you. We have food rotting in the fields because we don't have farm workers. They're afraid of ice. This is all related. So we already give farmers farm subsidies to not farm. In fact, a lot of corporate farmers and big conglomerates that get together to buy land file their property in as a farm subsidy, or what they used to call soil bank, and the government makes their payments for them. So now they're not happy. Well, you just remember, all of you who are members of the Farm Bureau and your grain associations, or the American Cattlemen's Association, or Beef Association, or pork farmers, you just remember, this is exactly who you endorsed. This is exactly what you voted for. And these tariffs and things, this is exactly what he said he was going to do. You just didn't think it was going to affect you. Stay salty and use your outside voice.
So guys, another one of the biggest problem is trade, because many farmers, they send their soybeans to out of country, like in China, Mexico, but those countries now, they're not buying it from them because the tariff is insane, as we all know, in the policy and the problem they've been having. And now the farmers inside the USA, they're suffering. They are going bankrupt. They don't even have workers. It's like many things in the same bucket. But those many things, those many sad things, is the one they voted for. Because the candidate they voted for, he was saying he's going to deport people. He was saying he's going to put tariff. What did they expect? They expect, like, no matter how much they put, people will keep buying from them. There's no way. There's no way that will happen. Unless you are the only one who have that product in the world. Otherwise, people will always find other people to buy from. So guys, let's keep watching.
Listen to me. Racism is the poison in Arkansas soil. That's right, racism. Last week, hundreds of Arkansas farmers stood in a room and broke down in prayer in front of their elected officials. They weren't praying for rain, guys. They weren't praying for sunshine. They weren't even praying for a bumper crop. They were praying because their farms, their family land, their way of life is collapsing under tariffs and trade wars. And here's the truth. Those tariffs, that trade war, that whole playbook was born out of racism. Farmers were told the story that punishing foreigners would make America strong again. They were told to clap when leaders wagged their finger at China, Mexico, or whoever else they decided was the villain of the week. They were told it was patriotism, but really it was racism dressed up in red, white, and blue, and farmers bought it. They cheered it. They co-signed it. And now they are the ones paying the bill. Look at soybeans. Without tariffs, U.S. beans leaving New Orleans are cheaper than Brazil. But with tariffs, suddenly Brazil is winning. And who did that? Not God, not nature, not fate, your own leaders waving a racist flag and calling it strength. And the farmers who clapped for it are now on their knees begging for help. This isn't the first time. History is packed with proof that racism bankrupts the very people it fuels. Jim Crow didn't just brutalize black citizens. It strangled the Southern economy for generations. Segregation didn't just rob black kids of opportunity. It robbed the entire South of progress, creativity, and prosperity. The Chinese Exclusion Act of the 1880s, it cut off immigrant labor that helped build America, leaving industries starved. Japanese internment during World War II, well, that destroyed businesses, farms, and families, and the whole economy bore the cost. Every single time America lets racism drive policy, the poison spreads. It never just hits the target. It always circles back. And now here we are again. Farmers in Arkansas prayed out loud last week because they're broke. And they know it. And some of them voted for this mess. Some of them cheered when the tariffs went into place because they thought it would put others in their place. But you can't hate and expect to harvest prosperity. You cannot poison your neighbor's well without eventually drinking from it yourself. So let's call this what it is. Racism is the poison in your soil. It's why your crops can't compete. It's why your barns are empty. It's why you bowed your head in front of men in suits who don't care about you at all beyond your vote. Racism doesn't just starve the people you think are your enemies, it starves you. Arkansas, this is your wake-up call. You can pray all you want, but you have to face the truth. Nothing changes unless you do. Racism isn't strength, it's weakness. It's not power, it's poison. It's killing your farms, your family, and your future. Please wake up.
So guys, I understand when some people say farmers, they don't deserve any empathy from anyone. The reason why people say that is because they supported this, they voted for this, they thought it should happen for other people, but they will be saved because they are farmer, because how they look like. Actually, many people are saying like this is their hatred interest. This is what you get when your hatred is bigger than your interest, is bigger than other people. When you are selfish, you only think about yourself. Yeah guys, actually I have one clip I have left. Let's watch. I'll be back.
Breaking news, MAGA farmers across the United States are crying and complaining about the Chinese not buying their products. What? Yes, the MAGA farmers across the United States are complaining, those that grow soybeans, beef, pork, wheat, corn, fruit and vegetables, dairy, are all complaining. I think they're whining. I think they want to bail out. What do you all think? I don't think bail them out. I think F around and find out. FAFO, yes sir. It is estimated that the Chinese now have canceled 26 billion with a B, dollars of contracts that they were going to purchase from U.S. farmers. They're not going to purchase from U.S. farmers now. They're purchasing it from the Russians, from Central and South America countries, and from Canada to fill the needs that the United States farmers would have provided. But because of Donald Trump's tariffs, it's not going to happen now. So you know what? You voted for him. You get the tariffs. He told you he was going to do the tariffs. We are not going to use our tax dollars to bail them out. No. They use the tax dollars to bail out the rich, and I'm opposed to it. What do you think? Bail out these MAGA farmers that voted for Trump? I say, you know what? You lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. You voted for him. You voted for it. He told you he's going to do it. Now you get to suffer the consequences. FAFO. No bailout for any of these whining farmers that voted the wrong way. Suffer the consequences. Love to know what my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my burn down light bulbs. No bailouts. Period.
So, question to my MAGA friends. Are you starting to see why Donald Trump has 6 bankruptcies, including casinos? It takes a real business genius to bankrupt a casino.
So guys, farmers. Actually guys, farmers thought like by voting like this, they will be priority, they will take care of them, they will always, they think are going to get better. But me personally, how did you think like things are going to be better if your own country is going to impose like crazy tariff to many countries who buy like anything, soybeans or things from you? How did you think that was a good idea? That's the first question. You should voted. The leader was saying like, I'm going to bring many investors to buy our things, our crops. Yeah, that will make sense. our strawberry. That will make sense, but not someone who's going to increase like tax on people. That was not in your advantage. I don't know why you didn't see that coming unless you were Brian. And other things, you are voting someone who are like saying like, I'm going to kick your employee out of your farms. The people work for you for decades, for years, who knows their job, who do their job perfectly. But you are like, okay, no problem, I will send for that. You never thought like who will replace them. Let's agree like what people are saying, maybe you thought black people will come back. Let's agree you thought like that. But it's been many years without seeing black people working on those farms. They don't have experience they need to. They are not like fast like people been working there for years. How come you want to replace your like your employee for many years who knows their job for someone who don't even know who you will teach from zero? How come? Is that make sense, guys? Me personally, if I start thinking about that, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't sit well with me. If I was a farmer in America, I would not risk my own employer, I would not risk my own farm for anyone. There is no way I can do that. But I feel like I don't know what they promise you. I don't know if it's your hatred, as people say, it's bigger than anything you have, bigger than your family interest. Otherwise, this doesn't make sense. I don't know, guys, what do you think? Always farmer, when I think of you guys, I don't get you. Guys, actually I have few comments from the people. Let's hear what the people are saying about the situation. The first comment say, I feel so bad for the farmers. They didn't deserve this. Actually, they voted for this. Remind you. The second one say, tariff destroy our market. We are once paying the price. I agree with this because without farming, like strong farming situation, people in the country suffer because everything become expensive. The third one say politician used farmer for vote, then left them behind. Yeah, they used you, they pay you, they pay us like I don't know. The fourth one say it's sad to see it's sad to see family farms closing after generation. It's sad, but they voted for this. No one forced them. Even people tried to warn them, but they refused to listen. The last one say like without farmers we are all in trouble. They need real help, not fake promise. Yeah, guys, I don't know what you think. I would like to hear what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next one. Bye.